spoke in low, polished voices. A pianist played something soft enough to be ignored. Everything smelled faintly of fresh flowers and expensive restraint. Elara hated how beautiful it was. Beautiful things made betrayal look less likely. She stopped near one of the lobby columns. Myra stood several steps behind her, close enough to intervene, far enough not to dominate the scene. Elara scanned the room. Useless. Faces everywhere. Strangers layered over strangers. Anyone could be Adrian. Not anyone. She closed her eyes. Listened. A rolling suitcase near reception. A child whispering. A woman laughing into a phone. The piano. Footsteps approaching from her right. Then, Elara. Her body knew before her mind did. That was the cruelty of old love. Her eyes opened. A man stood in front of her. Dark coat. Clean shoes. Familiar height. A face her brain refused to keep. But the voice. The voice struck the locked room of memory and opened it. Adrian Cross. For 1 second, she was 26 again. Engaged. Hopeful. Whole in ways she had not known could be taken. Then she remembered the kitchen window. I cannot do this anymore. The past cracked apart. Elara became herself again. What are you doing here? She asked. Adrian's voice softened immediately. I needed to see you. No, you wanted to see me. There is a difference. He exhaled. That careful, wounded exhale. She remembered it. He used to make that sound when she challenged him, as if her anger was something he had to survive. I deserved that, he said. Elara almost smiled. There it was. The first performance. Humble regret. Soft voice. No defense yet. He was opening with guilt, because guilt invited mercy. Why are you here? She asked again. I heard about Aurelia. I gathered. I was happy for you. Were you? Yes. Strange. Your happiness waited 2 years to contact me. Silence. Good. Let him feel it. Adrian stepped closer. Elara stepped back immediately. The movement was small, but he noticed. His voice changed. Elara, I am not here to hurt you. You do not get to decide whether you hurt me. Another silence. Behind her, somewhere near the concierge desk, Mira shifted. Elara kept her attention on Adrian's voice. Not the face. Never the face. Can we talk somewhere private? He asked. No. Elara? No. I know you are angry. That did make her smile. Not kindly. Angry? She repeated. Adrian, anger is what I felt when you forgot therapy appointments. Anger is what I felt when you stopped calling. Anger is what I felt when people praised you for staying while you were already halfway gone. His breathing changed. She stepped closer this time. What I felt after you left was not anger. Her voice lowered. It was humiliation. Adrian said nothing. The lobby continued around them, beautiful and indifferent. I had to learn how to live inside a world full of strangers, Elara said. And the one person who promised to be familiar chose to become one of them. Elara, I was scared. The words came quickly. Too quickly. There it was. The defense. Finally. I was young, he said. I did not know how to handle what happened. I hated seeing you suffer. No. Her voice was calm. You hated that my suffering interrupted the life you wanted. He flinched. Or perhaps she imagined it. Faces were unreliable. But silence was not. Elara, he said quietly. I made mistakes. Terrible ones. But I never stopped caring about you. Do not insult me with caring. He swallowed. She heard it. For a moment, he seemed genuinely shaken. And that was the most dangerous thing of all. Because real regret could exist beside selfishness. A person could be sorry and still want something. What do you want? Elara asked. I told you. To talk. No. You wanted to talk after you heard I was working with Aurelia. So what do you want? Adrian did not answer fast enough. There. A gap. Small but sharp. Elara felt something inside her go still. Before he could recover, another voice entered the space behind her. Elara? Ronan? The lobby changed instantly. Elara felt it through the air. Staff straightened. Guests murmured. Adrian's silence shifted from regret to calculation. So he knew. Of course he knew. Elara did not turn around. If she looked at Ronan, she would gain nothing. His face would not help her. His voice already had. "What is it?" she asked. Ronan stopped beside her, not too close. A boundary respected, yet his presence filled the room. "I came to ask whether everything was all right." Adrian spoke before she could. "Everything is fine." Elara's head turned toward Adrian's voice slowly. Something cold and familiar moved through her. There it was. The old habit, answering for her, deciding the shape of the room before she could. Unknown did not respond to Adrian. He asked Elara, "Is it?" The difference was so simple it hurt. Elara felt her throat tighten. Ronan had power, more power than Adrian could ever pretend to have. And still, he asked her. Not him, her. "No," Elara said. Adrian inhaled. "Elara." Ronan's voice became ice. She answered. 2 words. Quiet. Devastating. The air around them sharpened. Adrian gave a small laugh. "I am sorry. I do not believe we have met." "No," Ronan said. "You have not." The silence that followed was almost elegant in its cruelty. Adrian understood then. Perhaps not everything, but enough. He had come because of Aurelia, because of the name, because Elara Vale, once abandoned, was now connected to a world he wanted access to. And standing beside her was the heir himself. Elara could hear Adrian rearranging himself. His posture, his tone, his ambition. "Adrian Cross," he said, smoother now. "Elara and I have a personal history." Ronan's reply was immediate. "That is unfortunate." Myra made a sound somewhere behind them. Elara should not have wanted to laugh. She did. Adrian's voice tightened. "I only came to speak with her." And she said no. "I think Elara can speak for herself." She did. You disliked the answer. That silence was different. Ugly. Adrian was angry now. Not loud. Never loud. His pride was too polished for that. But Elara heard the mask crack. "Elara," Adrian said, returning to softness. "I did not come here to create a scene." "Then leave before you do." The words came out before fear could stop them. And once they were out, Elara felt something open in her chest. Space. Painful. Shaking space. Adrian did not move. "Lara, please. No, I just need one conversation." "You had years." "Elara, you had hospital rooms, therapy waiting areas, empty evenings, wedding plans we never canceled because I was too afraid to say the word first. You had every chance to talk when talking might have meant something." Her hands trembled. She let them. "You do not get to come back now because my life looks useful again." There, the truth stood between them. Adrian said nothing. Ronan said nothing. Even the piano seemed too soft to matter. Then Adrian's voice changed. "Not much. Just enough. You think that is why I am here?" Elara heard the offense. Not pain. Offense. A man insulted by being seen too clearly. "Yes," she said. Adrian laughed once under his breath. It was a mistake. A small one. But Elara heard it. That quiet laugh carried more truth than every apology he had offered. It said, "You were not supposed to notice." And just like that, whatever fragile old memory still lived inside her finally lost its warmth. Adrian stepped back. "I see," he said. Elara almost replied. And Ness stopped. Because she did see him. Not his face, never his face, but him, the man beneath the apology. The man who returned only when her life had value again. The man who had mistaken her disability for weakness. The man who forgot that losing one kind of recognition had sharpened every other sense she had. "Goodbye, Adrian," she said. His silence lasted 1 second too long. Then his shoes turned against the marble. Footsteps moved away. Elara listened until she could no longer separate them from the rest of the lobby. Only then did her knees threaten to fail. Ronan's hand did not touch her, but his voice came quietly beside her. "Breathe." "I am." "No," he said. "You are surviving. Breathe." The distinction broke something. Elara inhaled. It shook. She hated that. Ronan stepped slightly between her and the lobby, shielding her from curious eyes without trapping her. Myra arrived at her other side. "I am here," Myra said. Elara nodded. She could not speak yet. If she spoke, she might cry. And she refused to give Adrian tears in the building where she was trying to become powerful again. Ronan seemed to understand. Clara, he said. Elara had not even noticed Clara nearby. Yes, answered. Fear the East meeting room. Already done. Myra touched Elara's sleeve lightly. Come on. Elara let herself be guided away from the lobby, past the flowers, past the piano, past the glittering world where people pretended pain was impolite. Before they reached the corridor, she stopped. Ronan. He turned toward her voice. She could feel it. Yes? Thank you for asking me. His answer was quiet. Always. One word. Dangerous again. Because Adrian had once said, I am here. And left. Ronan said, always. And Elara